Hi everyone, welcome back to JP WHU TV. It's nice to see you. I hope you're keeping well. This is the preview of West Ham's 18th and penultimate away game of the 22-23 Premier League season, where we travel to West-ish London to the Brentford Community Stadium to take on, well, if you haven't already guessed, Brentford tomorrow afternoon, 2 o'clock kickoff, not live on any UK TV channel. And with the officials that we've got, guys, I'm very fucking happy that's the case. As always, guys, this video is sponsored by the channel sponsor 3retro.com. Please click the link in the description below that will take you directly through to the West Ham section of their website. But as you can see from the icon that's up here, there's also Admiral and Umbro track jackets, polo shirts, sweatshirts and t-shirts, so go check those out. Any purchases you make through the link in the description below, the commission that the channel would normally be getting, I'll be sending directly on to the charity Iron Supporting Food Banks. They're based in the Newham area and they're helping those in the Newham area and the Essex County and further afield for that matter to put food on their tables in these very difficult times. Guys, this charity is supporting 39 separate food banks. So guys, go grab yourself a very nice retro shirt, a very nice polo shirt, whatever you want, and any purchases you make, you'll be helping those the less fortunate than you and I, and you'll be saving yourself a few quid in comparison to the West Ham club shop as well. So let's talk about the officials, guys. Unfortunately, the main referee is Michael Oliver and his assistants are Lee Betts and Dan Cook. The fourth official is Thomas Bramall. On VAR we have Robert Jones and his assistant is Ian Hussin. So yeah, it's not the best of on-field officials overall, but I was going to say it could be worse, but guys, we've seen such shit this season already. Over the last few games alone, we've seen terrible referees, so it's just, is this going to be another notch on the bedpost of bad refereeing decisions that we have to talk about once again? We'll have to wait and see. Now, as we remember, we lost 2-0 at home just before just before the new year, I should say, with goals at home when we played Brentford from Tony and De Silva in the first half. Now, yes, Brentford are a bogey team, but how many have we not got bogey teams, guys? Seriously, how many have we got in that list? Now, don't get me wrong, Thomas Frank has done some unbelievable stuff with Brentford over the last couple of seasons. Well, 3 seasons, really. He put together a very good squad to get them to the playoff final. We did the live stream of that when they played Swansea 2 years ago. Well, almost now, in fact. Almost now. 2 years, you know, obviously, because the season's a bit longer because of the gap of the World Cup. But yeah, it was what was it, mid to end of May anyway, it was great fun, and I did say at the time that Brentford have got a very good side, and they got some real potential. They're obviously, you know, bringing in Ericsson when he was declared fit to play was an absolute masterstroke. Christian did some really good work for them, and he's gone on and done okay from Man United, but you know, it's really good. He's got such a difficult side, and obviously, you know, there's no point doing the last 6 because we haven't had any. So the only the only victory we've had against Brentford has been in the FA Cup recently. So that's about it since they came up to the Premier League. Now, Brentford, at the time of this recording, are justifiably 9th in the table, winning 12 games, drawing 14 and losing just 9, scoring 52 goals and conceding 45 on 50 points. Now, as I said, you know, it's totally justified. It's just I wouldn't be at all surprised if Thomas Frank is really genuinely linked with some very good football teams, either in the UK or abroad in the coming weeks. I haven't seen much already because I've not really been keeping an eye out for it, but it could be a good chance for Chelsea, to be honest with you. Really think he could. Maybe a step too far, possibly. It could be a Graham Potter-esque situation again. It's odds on that it's going to be definitely Pochettino by the time the season finishes, going to Chelsea. But yeah, I wouldn't be at all surprised if Thomas Frank is heavily linked with a lot of clubs in the next few weeks. Now, Brentford's style of play are using long balls, attempting crosses often, attacking down the left and playing with width. They are very strong at aerial duels, and they're strong at counter-attacks, attacking set pieces and shooting from direct free kicks, but they are weak at keeping possession, avoiding the offside trap and defending against long shots. Now, how many long shots have we taken this season, guys? It's been bonkers. You know, I was reading an article in the Athletic yesterday where they talk about the XG, which is the expected goals being scored in terms of the opportunities we make. And what was it? We had 47 was it 48 or 49% shots on target all season, the lowest of any Premier League club. And with the XG, we'd scored, was it 8.7, if I remember correctly, 8.7 goals less than was expected in terms of the chances taken. Imagine those 8 goals, guys. Those 9 goals. Imagine where we would be if we'd have taken those. We would definitely be in and around 11th, 10th, maybe, just behind Brentford. You know, it's worrying to see this, and this is the reason why we've been in this situation all season. Don't get me wrong, guys, we are all but mathematically safe. 2 points off the next 3 games, including this fixture. I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be absolutely fine. As I say, we are all but mathematically safe. So, you know, obviously we've got Leeds after that, the last home game of the season. So, but we'll come on to that. But Brentford's home format so far this season, they've won 7, drawn 4 and lost 7, scoring and conceding 23 goals. It's mad. There's a 0 goal difference at home. And the last 5 home games, they've won 2, drawn 1 and lost 2. So very much a mixed bag when it comes to Brentford. But it's not that much different to our form at home, really, to be honest with you guys. You know, but especially over the last few games. Thomas Frank's go-to formation at home so far this season is predominantly a 4-3-3. And as a result of it, guys, you know, I do generally think a 4-2-3-1 or 4-5-1, whichever simplified way you want to put it, is going to be the best way to counteract that. Guys, I've been saying for ages that you need to have a formation that's going to exploit the weaknesses in the positioning, and also exploit the weaknesses of that team as well, for that matter, in that formation. And we'll come on to that in a little bit more when we talk about the starting 11, and I think you guys are going to be entertained by it. Now, at the time of this recording, looking at Brentford injuries, it appears that Nordgaard and Strakoza are out with calf and heel injuries until possibly the last game of the season. Lewis Potter is out with a knee injury, and Janssen is also out with a thigh injury. And both of those guys look like they're going to be more than likely out until the start of next season, at least the summer transfer window opening, at least. So it's not really that much of a surprise. They haven't really, as far as I'm aware, from what I've seen, they're not really key players from that point of view, so it's not really bad from that point of view. But yeah, players to look out for. Obviously, Ivan Toney, who's the highest goal scorer away from home, 11 goals and 2 assists so far on the road. At home. Their highest assister is Mwembo with 4 goals and 4 assists. It looks like centre-back Pinnock is there one to look out for with the aerial duels, because he's the highest one so far, with also Ben Mee right behind him. So the 2 centre-backs are very, very good at aerial duels, so we need to keep an eye out for those. But who else do we need to keep an eye out for? Ajer, Wissa, Nordgaard. Those are the other guys that I can really pretty much spring to mind. So guys, if you've got any suggestions, put us in the comment section below so we can talk about those when we do the watch along tomorrow afternoon. Now, turning to West Ham, you can't help but think there's a real agenda from the officials, the way things have been going over the last few weeks. You know, Europa Conference League game aside, already covered that in the full-time thoughts video. Kind of. But yeah, we've been at the end of some absolute fucking howlers. And with Mike Dean 2.0, aka Michael Oliver, I just really hope we're not going to be on the end of that. And as the old saying goes, with the amount of money that's involved in the Premier League and in football in general, for that matter, how can there not be corruption? I do subscribe to what Dave Walker was saying on the West Ham Way podcast he did the other day with X, where he was saying that West Ham winning the Conference League, or West Ham getting into the Champions League, or whatever, West Ham pushing for the top 4, top 6, top 8, whichever way you want to look at it, isn't financially attractive in comparison to Liverpool doing it, Arsenal doing it, Man United, etc., etc. So, but that's not the point. That's not the point of why things have been so shit. Football is football. Every game has to be taken in an isolated incident. At the end of the day, guys, we review games and we give our full-time thoughts across all social media platforms, YouTube included, when we review the game. So therefore, the decisions have to be taken as a result of the game, not as a result of what could happen in the table. No, and Howard Webb, as fantastic as he appears to be doing with the PGMOL, there's still massive room for improvement. But in terms of the way that West Ham have been playing in the last few Premier League games, yes, it's been inconsistent. Yes, it's been worrisome. Yes, everybody's been getting sore throats because we've been screaming quite a fair bit. I'm still trying to get over Thursday night, to be honest with you guys. But yeah, it's one of those things, unfortunately, and but we're starting to not back down again. It's brilliant. I love that. I love the fact that how aggressive and how defiant we seem to be, which is the West Ham way. It's 100% the West Ham way. But it's slowly coming back again. It's brilliant. But looking at injuries, Ogbonna is 50-50 for this game due to illness, and likewise Antonio, which looks like a little bit of fatigue. Don't get me wrong, guys. He's absolutely worn himself down at the ground for the last few games. I do think Ogbonna is going to be in the side, and it brings us quite nicely round to the starting 11. I've made 8 changes. So yeah. This is never going to happen in a million. I guarantee this is never going to happen in a million years. But we need to make rotations. As I said earlier, we are all but safe in the Premier League mathematically. As long as we can get 2 points for the next 2-3 games, we'll be perfectly fine. But yeah, the big focus is obviously making sure we get through to the semi-final of the second leg. Sorry, get through to the final from the second leg semi-final when we're away in Belgium next week. More specifically, Amsterdam. So yeah, I've made a few changes. And again, this is definitely never going to happen. But this is the sort of changes that I want us to play, want us to see. If we get 80% of this, I'll be very, very happy, very, very happy. But it's not going to happen. But this is the starting 11 that I think we should put out. Fabianski in goal, with a back four of Johnson, Ogbonna, Baptiste, and Skulls. Lanzini and Downs in the defensive midfield positions, with Chesters, Fornals and Cornet in midfield, supporting Mubama up front. Now, I guarantee you guys aren't going to agree with me. I know you're not going to agree with me in any shape or form. But if so, that's fine. I've not got a problem with that in any shape or form. Just put your comments in the comments section below. Let me know what you're thinking on this. As I say, it's never going to happen. Never in a million years is that starting 11 going to happen. But I want to know what you're thinking. But yeah, we will be doing the watch along from 1:45 tomorrow afternoon. So make sure you're subscribed for that. Make sure you've set your notification bell. We are, if at the time of this recording, if I remember correctly, we are 4 people away from 2,280 subscribers. So, guys, over the last 4 weeks, just over half of you have not been watching. There's been 4,000 views over the last 4 weeks. So that means 2,000 views are coming from people that are not subscribed. So if you are, and there's 519 returning viewers over this channel. So I guarantee some of those are not going to be subscribed. So if you hit the subscribe button, and you haven't already done, you're not already a subscriber, you'd get us close to 2,500 subscribers by the end of the season. That would be perfect. Really, really would be perfect. So guys, please do so. Please click on the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Please like this, because the more these videos get liked, the more advertising it gets up on YouTube as well. And yeah, there's a very, very good chance that the channel is going to remain in the process that it is, because I haven't renewed my editing license yet, and I've got a very, very good offer coming through from them. It's like a third off, so there's potentially it could. I don't think you guys are going to see a change. I really, really don't you think you will? But yeah, that'll be thought about in the next few days. But in the meantime, guys, have a great weekend. Hope to see you tomorrow afternoon. If I don't, look after yourselves. Have a brilliant one. It's beautiful weather out there today, so go out and enjoy it, because I don't think it's going to last long. But yeah, because how cold yesterday was ridiculous. But yeah, have a great one, guys, and I'll see you very, very soon. All the best now. Take care.